Science
Technology.
and society. Science, technology, and society. What is science? Science can be defined as the system of knowledge of the natural world through scientific method. So it was originally called philosophy of natural world since it stemmed from the ancient Greek desire to know about the nature.
Technology comes from a Greek word techne, meaning art of craft, and logia, meaning subject of interest. Taken together, the term has come to mean practical application of what we know about nature using scientific principles for the betterment of the human situation.
Society. Society is a group of individuals involved in persistent social interaction or a large social group sharing the same geographical or social territory, typically subject to the same political authority and dominant cultural expectations.
So the timeline of the technology in early humans gathered together for protection against the elements and efficient of food collection. Early technologies would have included the control of fire, shelter, and the ways of gathering of food and saving water. But some of the most interesting are those that created art. The Paleolithic age indeed featured stone tools of all sorts, and we assume that early humans' perfect design of arrowheads, scrapers, baskets, and containers, and other implements to increase the efficiency of hunting animals for food. The Bronze Age is time period when made tools from an alloy mixture of metals called bronze. Bronze is a mixture of mainly copper and tin, usually 9 parts to 1 part tin. Materials like wood and stone were also used for tools, but bronze was better for cutting and chopping, and was easy to shape. In the Iron Age was period in human history. It followed the bronze and stone. During the Iron Age, people across much of Europe, Asia, and parts of Africa began making tools and weapons from iron and steel. The Iron Age started between 1200 BC and 600 BC. Depending on the region. For some societies including ancient Greeks, the start of the Iron Age was accompanied by a period of cultural decline in the late medieval period over great advancement in technology. While many of these technological advancements were an invention of medieval Europeans, they successfully refined these technologies and benefited immensely by using politically and economically. Some of the highly impressive technological advancement of the medieval period, which defined by the Middle Ages technology, are such as mechanical clock, printing press, gunpowder, library, and a paper money. And the next big step towards our modern era comes from our use of electricity and gas engines. This took place from 1860s to the end of 19th centuries. The use of electricity for power allowed manufacturing plants to be located anywhere that access to it. Industry really started to pick up spreading after the end of World War I. It was not, however, until after the end in World War II that many inventions like radio, TV, electrical appliances, and it became widespread throughout the world.
Studying history is important because it allows us to understand our past, which in turn allows us to understand our present. If you want to know how and why our world is the way it is today, we have to look to history for answers. So, people often say that history repeats itself. But if we study the success and failures of the past, we may ideally be able to learn from our mistakes and avoid repeating them in the future. So, studying history can provide us with insight into our cultures of origin as well as the culture with which we might be less familiar, thereby increasing cross-cultural awareness and understanding.
What is nanotechnology? Nanotechnology is the study and use of structures between 1 nanometer and 100 nanometers in size. What are the disadvantages and advantages of nanotechnology? First, the advantage. It offers the potential for new and faster kind of computers, more efficiently power sources, and life-saving medical treatments. The disadvantage include economic disruption and power threats to security, privacy, health, and economics. What is genetically modified organism or GMO? GMO is any organism whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering. What are the advantages? First, we have the economically efficient. Are designed to resist pests. There will be no need for pesticides to be used, which means savings. Secondly, found to be safe. Precise evaluation and testing of GMOs, crops, and other plants means they are safe for human consumption. Advantages of GMOs. First, damage the environment. Genetically modified crops can cause a threat to the environment caused due to the fact that they are not natural way to plant and not cultivate plants. Lastly, unwanted residual. Genetically modified plants can leave unwanted residual substances that can remain in soil for extended periods of time. The strain persisted for up to more than 5 years. For my advice, be careful by choosing what you want to eat or what food you want to buy, because GMOs are not good in our health, especially to the humans because of the chemicals used in preserving the food.
Science and technology must be taken as part of human life that merits reflective, and as the German philosopher Martin Heidegger says, meditative thinking. Science and technology, despite its methodical and technical nature, gives meaning to the life of a person making his or her way in the world. Heidegger urged people to envision technology as a mode of revealing, as it shows so much more about the human person and the world. Technology is a way of bringing forth or making something, but considering technology as a mode of revealing, then the truth is brought forth. We human beings and frame technology or even our nature, we have this calculative thinking, and it is where we order and put a system to nature so it can be understand and better controlled. That somehow, when we have this calculative thinking, we should have this meditative thinking. It is where one lets nature reveal on him or her without forcing it. So it's very important for us human beings to have this meditative thinking, and we shouldn't just let nature itself, we just let nature itself reveal itself, and we shouldn't control nature, because when we control nature, somehow when we control it, it may really lead us to such distraction, most especially in our planet or somehow our humanity.
What is climate change, and is it real? Climate change is the bad news story that isn't going away. From heat waves to hurricanes, from droughts to floods, extreme weather events are becoming more frequent, putting lives at risk. Human activity is causing our climate to change. From the carbon dioxide emissions from our cars, our industries and our power plants are heating up the planet. We are destroying the Earth. Our planet. Our Mother Earth. She's alive. She's home. Just see its magnificent glory. How beautiful. How wonderful. How beautiful it is. We are indeed blessed to have such a gift from nature. This is wonderful. She's complex. And she needs to be saved. Even in our small acts, we can save Mother Earth. In our homes, we can conserve energy and resources. We're turning off any appliances and by not consuming too much of water. And most of all, let us plant trees. Because trees can be very beneficial in our planet. Trees can absorb carbon dioxide and emit oxygen. And this, it is very helpful in our planet. We humans are made to be stewards in the earth. We are rational beings who know how to live. We have the power both to improve and to destroy the world. We face the consequences of our actions. The future's fate lies in our hands.